Just a few things before we head in. Make sure we are remaining seated at all times. That does include anybody seated in your lap as well. Make sure we are keeping all hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle, please. Make sure you're holding on to any loose items as if you drop them overboard. We are not going to be able to stop for those. Warden will get them for you later. As we head into the reserve, we are entering the Aturi Forest. This is where animals like to stay camouflaged, really blend into their environment. Can make them a bit harder to spot, but right away on the right hand side there is an okapi. Okapi have those black and white striped legs, making them resemble a zebra. However, the okapi is actually much more closely related to the giraffe. Similar to the giraffe, okapi have a long, sticky tongue. Helps them grab onto vegetation and pull it out of the bushes or trees. Now on the left-hand side, he's going to be up on the hill. There is a black rhino. Black rhino are a much smaller species of rhino, weighing about 3,000 pounds. Over here on the right-hand side, there are two different animals. The one that's more red in color with the horns is a bongo. The one that's more tan without horns is a greater kudu. The greater kudu is much larger in size, and even with their large size, they are much more agile. Both male and female bongo have horns, while only the male bongo, or male greater kudu, have horns. That's how we know that the greater kudu we just saw were female. Now we're entering the Safi River. This is home to animals that like to stay and hang out by the water. And the first animal you'll find here are the pink-backed pelican. Pink-backed pelican get their name because during mating season, their skin turns pink. They are a smaller pelican species, but one of the larger flighted birds. On the left-hand side is the hippopotamus. The hippopotamus likes to stay submerged in water. Helps them stay cool throughout the day. They are more nocturnal, which is why you can see them up moving around a bit more right now, a little bit later in the day. And sometimes the hippopotamus can be pretty hard to spot. Instead of swimming, the hippopotamus likes to walk along the bottom of the water instead. Now they are capable of swimming, however, it's much less energy for them to walk along the bottom. On the left-hand side again are the Nile crocodile. Nile crocodile are the largest reptile, typically found basking in the sun. That helps them stay warm. And more interestingly, Nile crocodile are known to be very caring mothers. They lay eggs, and when those eggs are about to hatch, mom will very, very gently roll those eggs along her teeth to help them hatch. And while those crocodiles are still young, mom will carry them along her back to help them stay warm and bask in the sun that way. Now we are entering the savanna, and compared to the Aturi forest, the savanna is much more open, making it a bit easier to spot different animals. Now the first animal you'll find are the Ankole cattle, as well as the springbok in the back. The springbok are a very small species of antelope. They're one of the fastest mammals, reaching up to 60 miles per hour. Now the Ankole cattle have those big horns, which you'd think would weigh a ton. However, those horns are actually almost hollow inside. Their horns contain a honeycomb-like structure within them. It looks like we are stopped. There's a wildebeest just not in the road, but going very slow. And now over here on the left-hand side, the first animal, however, is an eland. And elands are a very large species of antelope, standing about 6 feet tall at the shoulder. And when it comes to elands, both male and female have horns. However, the female's horns are longer, more spiraled in shape. And of course, these are the wildebeests, typically in herds, big believers in teamwork. A great example of that teamwork is the way the wildebeest will lie down. Wildebeest lie down in a row, facing different directions. That way they can help watch their various surroundings, alert one another if they see or hear anything. And you may get a better look at the Ankole cattle. And Ankole cattle spend most of their day grazing among the grass. While we don't have a calf on the reserve right now, their calves are well protected. When they have a calf, they designate what we call an auntie cattle. Auntie cattle for the day is in charge of watching that calf all day long while everybody else gets to relax and graze among the grass all day. That auntie cattle can change day by day. Then when Ankole cattle go to sleep with a calf, they're going to put the calf directly in the middle, and all the other Ankole cattle are going to sleep around it. That way it is well protected. Looks like we might have some more wildebeest in the road over there, or at least just crossing now that truck's back on the move. Happens a lot. This is their home, so they always have the right of way here. Now on that left-hand side are the Maasai giraffe. Giraffes spend most of their day eating, kind of just grazing among the trees all day. Now these are Hartman's mountain zebra, and you can tell them apart from other zebra because their underbellies are completely white, and the stripes on their hind legs are much wider in size. And each stripe pattern is unique to each zebra. No zebra will ever share the same stripe pattern. Because of that stripe pattern, within an hour that zebra are born, they imprint on mom. That way they can always recognize her stripe pattern, always be able to identify and find her. Back to the Maasai giraffe. Of course they can reach up into the trees because they're 16 to 20 feet tall. However, the Maasai giraffe's tongue gives them an extra foot and a half reach. The Maasai giraffe's tongue is about 18 inches long, and just like the okapi, it is sticky, helping them grab onto vegetation. Now Now on the left-hand side are the African elephants. Elephants are really, really strong. Their trunks alone have thousands and thousands of muscles in them. And they use those trunks for numerous things such as eating, drinking, bathing, even coating themselves in mud. Mud's going to help act as natural sunscreen, protecting the elephant's skin as well as keeping them cool. And elephants live in a matriarchal society, so the herds only ever consist of female and their young. Once the males get old enough, they eventually just go off on their own. However, the males will still experience companionship sometimes. The male elephants will form little bachelor herds, just consisting of 2 or 3 elephants. That way they can still have that company. These are the greater flamingo. And they get their pink color from their diet. They eat brine shrimp, and that brine shrimp contains beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is what gives flamingos their pink color. So you may spot a few gray flamingo out there. Those gray flamingo are still young, taking about 2 years to actually reach that pink color. Now, a lot of the animals we find here on the reserve are threatened or endangered species, or just at risk of becoming threatened or endangered. There's a lot of different reasons animals become threatened or endangered, but there are small conservation initiatives you can take at home. And those just include conserving water, conserving energy, recycling, keeping your water clean at home, and examples of that include turning the lights off when you exit a room, or just not dumping things down the drain that you shouldn't dump down the drain, keeping that water nice and clean. Water can travel quite a long way. Now, on that left-hand side, there is a cheetah up walking around. And cheetah are very, very fast. They're cheetah about 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. However, they don't hold that speed for long. They're sprinters, not long distance runners. And unlike other big cats, cheetah are daytime hunters. And what makes them so effective at daytime hunting is that black spot under their eye. The black spot under a cheetah's eye helps prevent sun glaring, kind of like natural sunglasses. Now on the left-hand side, there is a lion. Lions have the mane. It helps them appear larger in size compared to the lioness. Now the lioness is the one that does the hunting. The male's actually the one that stays back, takes care of cubs, protects territory. On the right hand side are the water buck. They're a species of antelope. Now while he is sleeping right now, at full volume, a lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away. Now you'll get another look at the water buck on the right hand side. And like I said, they are a species of antelope. Now they get their name because they're always found by a permanent body of water. And they drink an enormous amount of water for an antelope species. So while we weren't able to spot any ostriches on this trip, there are some on the reserve. And they do have some eggs over there on the right hand side. Ostriches lay a communal nesting site, so multiple ostriches lay their eggs together. And those eggs are really, really strong. They weigh about 3 pounds each, and if you stood on one, it would not break. This is Warden's Post, home to the Nigerian dwarf goats. Nigerian dwarf goats have great balance. It makes them excellent climbers. The Nigerian dwarf goats have a rectangular pupil rather than a circular one. That rectangular pupil helps give the goats a wider range of vision. That way they can better see what's going on around them. Now we are coming to the end of our trip through the reserve. However, we have a bit more time together because I'm dropping you guys off exactly where I picked you up. Now, elephants are an endangered species, but they have a pretty neat conservation story. Elephants are native to Asia and Africa, where farming is a big part of people's livelihoods there. Now in African Asia, like I said, farming is a big part of the livelihood. And elephants unfortunately are so big and eat vegetation that they were causing crop damage. Because of that, farmers unfortunately started hunting elephants because it was affecting how they lived. So with lots of research and conservation efforts that's still happening today, we were able to learn that elephants are scared of honeybees. Even as big as they are, they do not like honeybees whatsoever. So with that information, farmers were able to start putting up honeybee hives, which in turn kept the elephants away, keeping them safe, reducing that conflict. And farmers in turn also got an extra profit of honey.